We achieve production efficiency at every point on the PPF. But which point is best? The answer is the point on the PPF at which goods and services are produced in the quantity that provide the greatest possible benefit. When goods and services are produced at the lowest possible cost and in the quantities that provide the greatest possible benefit, we have achieved allocative efficiency. But how do we know which point is the best? To determine which of the alternative efficient quantities to produce, we compare cost and benefit. The PPF determines opportunity cost. The marginal cost of goods and services is the opportunity cost of producing one more unit of it. We calculate marginal cost from the slope of PPF. As the quantity of pizzas produced increases, the PPF gets steeper, and the marginal cost of a pizza increases. This figure illustrates the calculation of marginal cost of a pizza. As we move along the PPF, the opportunity cost of a pizza increases. The opportunity cost of producing one more pizza is the marginal cost of a pizza. Begin by finding the opportunity cost of a pizza in blocks of 1 million pizza. The cost of the first million pizzas is 1 million cans of Coke. The cost of the second million pizzas is 2 million cans of Coke. The cost of the third million pizzas is 3 million cans of Coke, and so on. The bars in Part A illustrate this calculation. The bars in Part B show the cost of an average pizza in each of the 1 million pizza blocks. Focus on the third million pizzas. The move from C to D in Part A. Over this range, because 1 million pizzas cost 3 million cans of Coke, one of these pizzas, on average, cost 3 cans of Coke, the height of the bar in Part 2. Next, find opportunity cost of each additional pizza, the marginal cost of a pizza. The marginal cost of pizza increases as the quantity of pizzas produced increases. The marginal cost at point C is less than it is at point D. On average, over a range from C to D, the marginal cost of a pizza is 3 cans of Coke. But it exactly equals to 3 cans of cola only in the middle of the range between C and D. The red dot in Part B indicates that the marginal cost of a pizza is 3 cans of cola when 2.5 million pizzas are produced. Each black dot in Part B is interpreted in the same way. The red curve that passes through those dots, labeled MC, is the marginal cost curve. It shows the marginal cost of a pizza at each quantity of pizzas as we move along the PPF. After we introduce the idea on cost, let's look at the idea for benefit. First, we introduce you the concept marginal benefit. The marginal benefit from a good or service is the benefit received from consuming one more unit of it. The benefit is subjective. It depends on people's preferences, people's likes and dislikes, and the intensity of these feelings. Marginal benefit and preferences stand in sharp contrast to marginal cost and production possibilities. Preferences describe what people like and want, and the production possibilities describe the limits or constraints on what is feasible. It is a general principle that the more we have of any goods, the smaller is its marginal benefit, and the less we are willing to pay for an additional unit of it. We call this general principle the principle of decreasing marginal benefit. The marginal benefit curve shows the relationship between the marginal benefit of a good and the quantity of that good consumed. You have learned to think about cost as an opportunity cost, not a dollar cost. You can think about marginal benefit and the willingness to pay in the same way. The marginal benefit measured by what you are willing to pay for something is the quantity of other goods and services that you are willing to forego. Let's continue with the example of cola and pizza and illustrate preferences this way. This figure illustrates preferences as the willingness to pay for pizza in terms of cola. In row A, with 0.5 million pizza available, people are willing to pay 5 cans of cola per pizza. As the quantity of pizza increases, the amount that people are willing to pay for a pizza falls. With 4.5 million pizzas available, people are willing to pay only 1 can of cola per pizza. Let's now use the concepts of marginal cost and marginal benefit to describe allocative efficiency. At any point on the PPF, we cannot produce more of one good without giving up some other good. We have achieved production efficiency. At the best point on the PPF, when we cannot produce more of any one good without giving up some other good that we valued more highly, we have achieved allocative efficiency. If we produce 1.5 million pizzas, marginal benefit exceeds marginal cost. We get more value from our resources by producing more pieces. On the PPF at point A, we produce too few pieces. We are better off moving along the PPF to produce more pieces. If we produce 3.5 million pieces, marginal cost exceeds marginal benefit. We get more value from our resources by producing fewer pieces. On the PPF at point C, we produce too many pieces. We are better off moving along the PPF to produce fewer pieces. On the PPF at point B, we are producing the efficient quantity of pizza and cola. If we produce exactly 2.5 million pieces, marginal cost equals marginal benefit. We cannot get more value from our resources. This figure illustrates allocative efficiency. The point of allocative efficiency is the point on the PPF at which marginal benefit equals marginal cost. This point is determined by the quantity at which the marginal benefit curve intersects the marginal cost curve. The efficient quantity is 2.5 million pieces. The expansion of production possibilities is called economic growth. Economic growth increases our standard of living, but it doesn't overcome scarcity and avoid opportunity cost. Economic growth comes from technology change and capital accumulation. Technology change is the development of new goods and of better ways of producing goods and services. Capital accumulation is the growth of capital resources, including human capital. To use resources in research and development, and to produce new capital, we must decrease our production of consumption goods and services. So economic growth is not free. The opportunity cost of economic growth is less current consumption. This figure illustrates the trade-off we are facing. We can produce pizzas or pizza ovens along PPF 0. By using some resources to produce pizza ovens today, the PPF shifts outward in the future. This is the end of session 2.